Hello, and this is Talk for Lloyd, episode 97. Yes, we're about 3 episodes away from episode 100. I'm very excited for that. But before anything, we are about 2 to 3 days removed off of Wrestle Kingdom Night 1 and 2. You guys were here for my predictions. I'm Enigma before, as you already know. This is my Wrestle Kingdom review for both Night 1 and 2. First off, let me start by saying that I watched all of Night 2 no problem. I won't say no problem, but I definitely watched it front to back, and it was a lot to take in. But let me start by going off of Night 1. Honestly, Yo versus Show, it's a good opener. It is worth being the opener of a match. I just do not think that it was good to be on Wrestle Kingdom. If anything, I believe that their feud should have started on New Japan Cup. But this match, I wasn't all that excited for. I knew that Yo had to come out with a big victory. This is the blow-off. But at the same time, I still feel like these guys are going to meet in New Japan Cup. Maybe I'm just hoping for that. Maybe I like seeing the New Japan Cup be the beginning of rivalries and then it ends in Dominion. Or starts in G1 and then ends at Wrestle Kingdom. But yeah, not much to say about this match. I'm still not that sold on Show. If anything, I'm actually looking more forward towards Yo's career. The next match is Tanahashi and the Mega Coaches versus... Wait, for you guys that don't know the Mega Coaches, it's Ryusuke Taguchi and Rocky Romero. Rocky is still incredibly underrated. Versus Bullet Club's Kenta, Taiji Ishimori, and El Phantasmo. So for this match, I really wanted to see the juniors just go at it, and then Tanahashi and Kenta just brawl outside the ring, like a street fight, preluding to their 24 hours away no DQ match. But I was fine with the ending. Tanahashi getting himself DQ'd by beating Kenta with a kendo stick. Honestly, I've seen Kenta more with the kendo stick than I've seen Jado probably all year, which is kind of weird. Next match is LIJ's Naito, Bushi, Sonata versus the United Empire, Jeff Cobb, Okon, and Will Osprey. This match, honestly, was nothing special for me. I wanted to look forward to it as much as I like the United Empire, as much as I like LIJ. I could not get myself into this match. I knew Bushi was taking the pin. The big focus was definitely on Will Osprey and who's he facing the next day, and Naito and Jeff Cobb and... Sorry about that, guys. Naito and Jeff Cobb and Okon and Sonata. It just wrote itself out that Bushi was going to be the one taking the pin. Honestly, I would have enjoyed to see Okon get the pin instead of Will Osprey. Like he was already the world champion. So I feel like someone else needed like those points for the pin. Next is the returning Katsuri Shabbata versus Renorita. And I just got to say, I said this during predictions with BMO that I would have loved Minoru Suzuki to be the mystery opponent. And Shabbata, I understand this is returning, but also Renorita is a young lion, basically. I did not expect great catch wrestling, great mat wrestling. I didn't expect any of that. So to see it go into just some hardcore strikes and Shabbata doing what he always does, I want to say it was because Renorita is still green. But honestly, I was perfectly fine with how that match went. Obviously, Shabbata's back, and obviously Shabbata had to win this. Just Renorita was not the right guy to face him, especially at Wrestle Kingdom. Also, guys, if it sounds like I'm speeding through the match cards, I'm not trying to. It's just that some of these matches I did not have much to say about. But now we're getting into some stuff where I am going to be talking long. Next match is the Never Openweight Championship match of Tomohiro Ishii versus Boring Evil. And I just want to say that this was honestly one of the worst Never Openweight Championship matches I've seen in quite some time. I understand I dislike Evil, and he's just not fun to watch. But with Ishii, I believe anyone can have a good match with Ishii. I believe a young lion can have a good match with Ishii. So to see it just go horrible with, to just see it all go horrible with Evil, it was definitely something I would not recommend. If you are someone that enjoys watching hard shots like that gruesome forearm Minoru Suzuki did to Bryan Danielson, or just any Shinsuke match back in New Japan, if that's what you like, if you want that kind of heavy-hitting strong style, I would recommend you so many matches from Shinsuke, so many matches from Suzuki. I would recommend you matches from Goto. I would recommend you matches from Ishii, but this match is not one of those matches where I enjoy to recommend it. If I were introducing someone to New Japan and Ishii versus Evil was on the screen, I would feel embarrassed. Honestly, it felt like a one-sided lumberjack match, which reminded me one of my biggest problems with Chaos is Chaos doesn't need to be a faction. Chaos is literally a bunch of guys just grouped up together that are good individually. Okada, he's the main focus. Goto and Ishii are the destined mid-carders, but they excel at the mid-card. They excel at being in the Never division. Yoshihashi's the uprising underdog. Robbie Eagles, the junior. Rocky, same thing. Yo, same thing. He's the junior. But honestly, Chaos just isn't a faction. They don't have that same camaraderie that a lot of other factions have. Like, I enjoy seeing, when Prince Devitt was on, I enjoyed seeing Bullet Club beat up people. And I enjoyed watching the New Japan locker room all leave the locker room to help Tanahashi in a match against Prince Devitt. They all got Bullet Club out. So basically what I'm trying to say is, throughout this match, Ishii gets beaten up by House of Torture. So, Sho, Yujiro, Dick Togo. He gets beaten up by those guys every other minute. And all I can think to myself is, where the hell is Chaos? Where the hell is Goto? Where's Yoshihashi? Where's even Yo? Like, Yo had opener, so he should be fresh. And if the excuse is something along the lines of, like Yoshihashi and Goto couldn't interfere because they needed to get ready for their tag title match and they couldn't afford getting injured, then again, you guys had Yo. And I understand Rocky had a match too. But just watching Ishii get beaten up and no help from any of his faction mates was definitely one of the most annoying things ever. So Evil wins this match, and damn it all, I love the Never title. I loved it when Tanahashi. I loved it when Shingo had it, when Tanahashi had it, even when Jay White had it. And I was looking forward to Ishii Never open title run, because I'm pretty certain Evil cannot mess up the Never title. I am convinced that, they won't have Evil win the title. He'll just mess it up. And then, on top of that, he's never six man. So what's the point of having him win both? Lord and behold, they have this man win. And I am uninterested. It's not even the word. It is by far just one of the worst decisions to put the title on Evil. What's Evil? What's Evil gonna do with the title? I strongly am a firm believer that the Never title represents strong style, and Evil, if I have to call this anything, it's boring style. It's not go away heat. It's let me know when your match is over. I was on Twitter throughout the match. And I wasn't the only one that felt like this. All of wrestling Twitter went dead silent for Evil's match. So it's not just a me thing. It's not a personal thing that, oh, Enigma V4 doesn't like Evil, so he's just going to bash on Evil. It's just, it feels like it's a universal thing that Evil just isn't measuring up to whatever Gato or Jado or anyone backstage was just thought to themselves. And I'm a firm believer that Evil literally got pushed because of a pandemic. But, everything's slowly getting lifted. But it's just at the same time, things are, going up, they're going down. So it's not cold cut certain. But at the same time, we still have other options. I would have highly been fine with Tanahashi winning the Never title again. I would have been fine if Jeff Cobb won the Never title. Give Okon something. I would love to see Okon with the Never Openweight Championship, because he's been in meaningless matches, not meaningless, well, somewhat meaningless matches that just go straight nowhere. And I would love to see the Never title just rejuvenate what little relevance he has or had up to being paired with Will Osprey. But yeah, that's my feelings towards the Never title match. One moment, guys. Okay. Now back to what I was saying. Sorry, just getting back to the card. I'm going to be doing both nights, guys. So there will be no part 2 of episode 97. Oh, this match of the night, if it weren't for the main event. For the IWGP Tag Team Championships, for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships, Dangerous Tekkers, Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. versus Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi. Speaking of chaos, guys. Well, looks like we got a comment. Chaos is good, but not a good team. Yeah, Chaos doesn't really feel like a team. It just feels like a group of good guys. Man, was back to this game. Back to this match. This match had everything I love in tag team wrestling. It had near falls. It had just life pausing moments. Those counts of 1, 2, it's definitely over, and then 2.9 kickouts. I just love those. Zack and Taichi they became one of my favorite tag teams this year. Well, not this year, but 2021. I love Dangerous Tekkers. I thought Taichi was boring in 2018, 2019, but ever since being put with Zack, I have just been loving just about everything this man does. And Zack's always been one of my favorites. Always been one of my favorite technical wrestlers. I've said it on here. I've said it off air. Zack Sabre Jr. is the best technical wrestler, whether he's better than Kyle O'Reilly, he's better than Pete Dunne, he's better than Kushida. He's even better than Bryan Danielson. And I'll even say this, for the ranked number 10 on PWI, he's better than Jonathan Grisham. But this match just had everything for me, and I enjoyed just about everything, especially the ending where Yoshihashi and Goto get the win, and Taichi just congratulates them. Same thing with Zack. It's kind of out of character, but Yoshihashi and Goto earned this. I'm not the biggest fan of always the World Tag League winner basically winning, because it's just been a guarantee that we're going to have new champions on Wrestle Kingdom. So not always the biggest fan, but you know what? Ever since Yoshihashi fell, and he's just been climbing his way back to the top. He's really been coming into his own. He's become his own person. At first, I just thought, oh, it's just another member of Chaos. Nothing important, nothing of value. And now he's just become this underdog that I actually like seeing him climb up. So where do we see Yoshihashi and Goto as the tag team champions? It's only January the 7th. I am hoping that these guys can at least make it to Dominion. So that should mean they should be on the New Beginning tour and just right before the New Japan Cup. But yeah, I hope to see these guys in Dominion as the tag team champions. The next match is Best of Super Juniors winner Hiromu Takahashi versus El Desperado for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. I just want to say for this match, these guys will never have a bad match, in my opinion. I like their Best of Super Juniors finals match, but this comes to a strong second. I was worried that Hiromu was winning this because, like I said in the predictions, Hiromu, for the long, not the long time, but for about maybe the past 2 or 3 years, he's been doing this thing of getting injured, win the Best of Super Juniors, and then win at Wrestle Kingdom, and then repeating the cycle. This match had me worried for that, and I was at this point just waiting for the breakout word from New Japan World of, oh, Hiromu Takahashi is injured and must vacate the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Like, I was just waiting for that part, if he would have won. But El Desperado breaks the cycle in probably one of my favorite Junior Heavyweight matches in all of 2021 and a little bit of 2020. I am so happy that Despy won. Now, what's next for him? That's a good question. He lost to Master Wato on the day 2 pre-show, so I guess the next challenger will be Wato. As for Hiromu, what does he do? Now, I said this on my Twitter that I enjoyed watching Hiromu and Shingo just interact with each other, and I've been saying this for quite some time now that Hiromu should just be a heavyweight. I don't care if he doesn't look like it, but just make him a heavyweight and then have him team up with Shingo, and I would actually enjoy seeing Goto and Yoshihashi versus Hiromu and Shingo for the World Heavyweight, for the IWGP World Tag Team Championships. All right, main event of night 1. It is for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, Shingo Takagi, interim champion, versus G1 winner Kazuchiko Okada. Where do I start with this match? For the most part, I was not happy about this match because I wanted a triple threat for the longest time since Osprey returned. But hearing Wrestle Kingdom's 3 nights, I knew that there was no way in how these guys are going to do a triple threat unless the junior title main event's night 1. But I'm happy to see that the Okada and Shingo match didn't disappoint. I had no doubts that it wouldn't disappoint, but at the same time, it wasn't going to disappoint me, but I knew it was going to disappoint. It was going to disappoint someone. There were a few people that aren't Okada or Shingo fans. But at the same time, Shingo's really good. Do I see him winning the world title again? Yeah. In 2022? No, maybe 2024, actually. But Shingo Takagi had a pretty good run. This match was everything I expected, especially the Shingo hitting the Rainmaker, Shingo dodging the Rainmaker. I believe Shingo kicked out of a Rainmaker as well. And I did not know the story going into this was that Okada's never hit the Rainmaker on Shingo. And it is the best thing ever whenever I see someone hit a Rainmaker on Okada. To me, it just says, Okada, you stalled too long and you should have hit your move a while back. Because now it looks like these guys are going to be hitting it maybe even better than you. Maybe people can hit the Rainmaker harder than the Rainmaker Okada. And the day where Okada loses to his own finisher will just be the day I just start laughing for days. But this match was everything I believed it would be. Shingo Takagi is what I like to call strong style incarnate, because that is what he is. He's pretty much strong style incarnate. I wish that we got a 10 years younger Shabbata versus this Shingo Takagi for a never title. It would be the best thing ever. But anyways, for this match, Okada pretty much gets the win, and he bows down. He bows down to the old IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Basically, a goodbye to the old championship as he welcomes the new championship. And he just celebrates for about 30 seconds of getting this championship before Will Osprey comes out and says, well, it's you and me tomorrow. Good luck, fake champ. Right, time for night 2, guys. Now, night 2, I loved more than I was expecting. I thought night 1 would be better than night 2, but I was shockingly wrong. So I'll start by saying this. I loved the opening match. The opening match was pretty funny to me. Let me get it up for you guys. So, for night 2's opener, it was Flying Tigers, Robbie Eagles, and Tiger Mask versus Taiji Shimori and El Phantasmo versus the Mega Coaches, again, Ryosuke Taguchi and Rocky Romero, for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. For you guys that don't know already, remember that there are 2 types of championships in New Japan Pro Wrestling. One is basically for the juniors, or as other people know them as, the cruiserweights, and then there's one for the heavyweights. But back to this match. This match was pretty interesting. I didn't see when, but apparently El Phantasmo hits Tiger Mask with sudden death, and he is basically out cold for about 10 minutes. And I will never get tired of El Phantasmo's walk the ropes. Honestly, he does old school better than The Undertaker, but then again, The Undertaker can't quite move like El Phantasmo can. So I can't really compare the two. But I really do enjoy the fact that El Phantasmo can, if you wanted to, walk around 2 sets of rings as if New Japan did a War Games. I believe El Phantasmo just walk around both rings while having anyone in a wrist lock and just dodging everything in sight. But speaking about Phantasmo, I believe that Robbie planted a piece of metal in El Phantasmo's boot. Like me and BMO said, El Phantasmo had nothing in his boot. All he did was extreme leg day workouts. That's how he was knocking out everyone. He had the best super kick in the business of today. And El Phantasmo did the one thing that so many people just destroyed in today's modern wrestling. They destroyed the super kick. So to see El Phantasmo knock people out, it was the best thing ever, because it made it believable that El Phantasmo was that guy to knock people out with the super kick. I'm not going to say it's as good as Shawn Michaels, but I'll say it's better than Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano's, the Young Bucks, the Usos, Dolph Ziggler's. You know why? Because those guys' super kicks, people kicked out at 2. El Phantasmo, 1 super kick, sudden death, 1, 2, 3. He didn't have a piece of metal in his boot. It was all simply leg day. But Flying Tigers get the win after Bullet Club gets ejected because El Fantasma, quote unquote, has a piece of metal in his boot, obviously planted by Robbie Eagles. But congrats on Flying Tigers getting the win. Maybe we'll get a Bullet Club versus Flying Tigers rematch. As for the mega coaches, I would actually, and I know I don't like normally saying this, but I would actually enjoy to see Rocky Romero and Ryusuke Taguchi in AEW or Impact Wrestling. I would like to see the mega coaches, coach worldwide. Next match will be a Stardom match. As you guys already know, I've done my first ever Stardom video about 2-3 weeks ago. Very fun. But it is Stardom's icon, Mayu Iwatani, and Starlight Kid versus Cosmic Angels, Tam Nakano, and Queen's Quest, Saya Kamitani. Honestly, I called that team Cosmic Queens, and Mayu and Starlight are known as MK sisters. So I didn't have to think of any nicknames for them. Honestly, this was a good match. It was a good match to introduce people into Stardom. I personally would recommend getting into it if you guys don't like watching like WWE women's wrestling or AEWs or Impact Wrestlings or even ROH. I'm not saying don't. I'm just giving you an option on where to watch women's wrestling if you don't like either options. So don't take what I say as F WWE or F any other wrestling promotion that does women's wrestling. New Japan's the way to go. I'm not saying that. Or Stardom's the way to go. Not saying that, guys. I didn't want to talk about this, but screw it. Chase Owens versus Sema versus Minoru Suzuki versus Toru Yano in a 4-way for the King of Pro Wrestling trophy. I did not care for this match. The only thing I cared about here was that Yano got pile-drived by Minoru Suzuki. That was on my Christmas wish list, and it finally happened. It finally happened that Minoru Suzuki got his hands on Yano. I've been hoping for that for years now. Also, Minoru Suzuki got the trophy. Good luck to everyone trying to rip it away from him. Next match will be the House of Torture, Evil, Yujiro Takahashi, and Sho versus Goto, Yoshihashi, new tag team champions, and Yo. Honestly, I expected nothing from this match. I knew Sho was going to pin Yo. And again, this probably leads into maybe round 1 New Japan Cup match. And I'm not going to get too far into this match because Chaos not helping each other out and House of Torture just not interesting me. So I really don't feel like getting into this match. But, congrats to House of Torture. I want to say I hope that the Mega Coaches and Tanahashi take the never 6-man tag titles off of them. The next match, Sonata versus Okon. Just a regular match, nothing special. I did see Okon do a moonsault, so I guess that's pretty great. But to see Sonata get the big win, it just now begs the question of what does Sonata do now? Does he win New Japan Cup? Does he win G1? New Year's Dash will be right after Wrestle Kingdom. And then we got New Beginning. So everything's falling into place. And just this win for Sonata, I don't know what it can do for him as of right now. Because Okon is good, not great. Okon's good. But a victory over him isn't shocking. Next match is Tetsuya Naito versus the Olympian, the Hatchet, Jeff Cobb. Now, I didn't know that Jeff Cobb was injured going into this match, or maybe it was during the match. But this match felt a lot slower than I'm normally used to seeing a Jeff Cobb match. Normally, a Jeff Cobb match involves Jeff just overpowering his opponents. And Naito did find a way to break the power by just injuring Jeff Cobb's legs. But I felt as if Jeff Cobb and Naito were supposed to go longer, but Cobb's leg just gave out, and not in a kayfabe sense. But I do hope Jeff Cobb's leg does feel better. Naito, congratulations on the win. Now, this match, I want to say would be match of the night if it weren't for the main event. Kenta versus Hiroshi Tanahashi in a no DQ match for the IWGP United States Championship. This match had everything I didn't expect. From Tanahashi getting more weapons than I think Kenta did, to Kenta getting a ladder the size of, I want to say, I don't know what they're called, but people that basically install lights, electricians. Just the nasty bump that Kenta takes falling off said ladder. Oh, and the highest of high fly flows by Hiroshi Tanahashi. It was a great feeling to hear "Go Ace" in the Tokyo Dome by the end of this match. Now, normally the loser, I don't know what they can do with them, but right now Kenta's injured, so he'll be taken out of the Pro Wrestling Noah match as well. But as for Tanahashi, what can they do for him next? He's the new U.S. champion 2 times. 2-time U.S. champion. Congratulations, Ace. What I want to see next from Hiroshi Tanahashi is Tanahashi versus Ibushi for the U.S. championship. Now, if Ibushi can win the United States championship, he will be the only person to win every championship, and I do mean every junior and heavyweight championships, and every tournament. Wait, no. He would still need to win, if he hasn't already, he would have to win Junior Tag League, and if he goes back to being a junior, I'm pretty certain he's got to drop at least 60 pounds. And he also has to win World Tag League. So he would be in the same boat as Jay White when it comes to holding every title in the heavyweight division, from World to IC to Never to US. But honestly, I want to see Tanahashi with a long US title run. I want to see Tanahashi go through G1 with the US title. I wouldn't mind seeing Tanahashi maybe lose the championship at King of Pro Wrestling, or maybe he loses it right before Best of Super Juniors. But anywhere between those 2 times, other than that, I don't mind the Ace going for a full 365 days and then loses it at Wrestle Kingdom. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so those are the other things I can say about this match. Again, I loved this match. It would be match of the night. It is definitely a match of the year candidate. And, we're only in January. We're 7 days into 2022, and this match is a match of the year candidate. For anyone that hasn't seen it already, I would highly recommend watching Tanahashi versus Kenta for the U.S. Championship in a no DQ match at Wrestle Kingdom. All right. Again, congratulations, Tanahashi, on the big win. Time for the main event. I wasn't ready for this, honestly, guys. It is, I don't care, guys. It is the challenger, Kazuchiko Okada versus Will Osprey, defending his IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. This match should have happened last year at in June in the Tokyo Dome. But some bad things happen, they get replaced with good things. I believe that it was supposed to be Wrestle Grand Slam that Osprey versus Okada was supposed to happen. Sad to hear that Osprey got injured, so that match didn't happen there. So, honestly, what's the next best thing next to Wrestle Grand Slam? Wrestle Kingdom. Will Osprey main evented a Tokyo Dome show. He main evented New Japan Pro Wrestling's WrestleMania. There's nothing better than that, honestly. So I'm happy that he got to accomplish one of his goals in main eventing a Tokyo Dome. And honestly, no one better to main event against than Okada. This match had everything emotional tied to it. I wanted Will Osprey to win more than anyone. You guys can ask Young Smooth this. You guys can ask anyone. I was probably one of the biggest Will Osprey fans, still am, throughout all of 2021. And I constantly say it, I hate his match with Ricochet. If you would have shown me Ricochet versus Will Osprey and said, "Oh yeah, this guy's gonna main event the Tokyo Dome," I would say, "No, he's not. At best, he's gonna be co-main eventing or third on the card, and that's like being generous." But seeing him be a heavyweight, seeing him win multiple championships, and just him really committing to being a heel and giving off this energy of I will fight everyone that challenges me. And it's not Will Osprey challenges this person, that person. It's these people challenge Will Osprey. Sammy Guevara has challenged Will Osprey. CM Punk has challenged Will Osprey. I don't know what his name's now, but Big Cass has challenged Will Osprey, and I like the fact that Osprey knows that it's not he's challenging these people. These people challenged him. But before all of them, we had Okada to deal with. The United Empire already had a horrible night 2 with Cobb losing and Okon losing. And around this time, a couple days ago, I thought they won't have all of the United Empire lose again. But I would say some of my favorite spots here. Some of my favorite spots is Okada hitting a Stormbreaker. I literally jumped out of bed because I did not see that coming. Okada hitting a Stormbreaker. But, Will Osprey returned the favor by hitting a Rainmaker. And I want to say, I believe that if Osprey were to have hit the hidden blade from the front and back, elbow straight to the face and elbow straight to the back of the head, he would have retained, honestly. The more that Will Osprey uses the hidden blade, the more I'm liking it more than he does the Stormbreaker. I understand like the Os Cutter can still be his signature move, but like the hidden blade is just one of my all-time favorite moves now. It's on par with Ibushi doing the Kamigoye to the back of the head. And also, another thing I liked from Okada is he wasn't dead set on using the money clip as much as he was all of 2020 and 2021. Okada actually tried using the Rainmaker a couple times. He was hitting those sit-out tombstones, those jumping tombstones. We got the wide camera shots. And honestly, I believe that this wasn't the regular Okada that believed that he can beat Will Osprey like he did on the anniversary show, like he did in the G1, like he did at last year's Wrestle Kingdom. I believe that this Okada had to try just a little bit harder to put down Will Osprey. And I'm glad that this match didn't feel like a final chapter, but just a chapter in the story of Will Osprey and Okada. Now, the only thing, well, first I want to say congratulations to Okada on winning the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. I would say what happens next after I say what I think can happen for the United Empire. Right now, what I would personally enjoy would be Okon winning the Never title and them just being useful, because in big time spots, he's just a choke artist. Will Osprey has unfinished business in Revolution Pro Wrestling. So, he'll be flying to England defending the British Heavyweight Championship. I hope he doesn't lose that either. He'll also be defending, I forgot what's the name of the championship, but he'll be facing Brian Cage. Yeah, guys, Brian Cage is still wrestling, just AEW doesn't use him. He'll be defending a championship against him. Anyone that knows the name of the championship, just make sure to let me know about it. I always appreciate every bit of knowledge in wrestling. But what I would think Jeff Cobb Cobb's right now injured. So instead of the Never title, maybe Great Okon. Damn it. Maybe Okon and Aaron Hanari can win the tag titles. Not now, though. Maybe at Dominion. So, the United Empire is down, but not out. And as for Okada, congratulations, Kazuchiko Okada, on finally winning the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. It seems like it's a championship that has evaded him since the pandemic started. He lost to Evil. He lost the belt to Naito. He lost to Ibushi. Just every inch to get closer to that thing. And Okada couldn't. Okada just couldn't. But 2022 is, I guess, I won't say 22 is the year of the Rainmaker. I'll say January is the month of the Rainmaker. But we're all in for some surprises. I'm looking forward to talking more about New Japan Pro Wrestling and every other thing. This is episode 97. So before I close out, I want to let you guys know that you guys can always follow me on my following social medias. And you can also follow Young Smooth. So you can follow me on Enigma_V4_. My Instagram is just Enigma V4 or Enigma V4. My Twitter is Enigma V4. Young Smooths is Young Smooth TFG. Sorry, guys. It's always loading when it says it. Yeah, I still do TikToks. Of wrestling polls and what I just think about wrestling. That is still just Enigma V4. The Discord is always going to be open for you guys. And honestly, if you guys can just join that, we love getting more people to talk to, and just everyone gets a fair understanding of what wrestling is, whether you're an AEW, New Japan, WWE, any kind of wrestling fan. We welcome all of it. We just enjoy every second of talking to people. But for everyone that watches this, remember, guys, to drop a like, drop a sub, stay safe, and I hope you... Wait, if we have one more comment. NJPW X Star for Glory. Yeah, Cashman, I remember you said that we got you into New Japan, or you learned more from it. So I'm not just going to be doing New Japan Pro Wrestling videos. There's going to be other kind of videos on the way, on the road to episode of 100. Remember, guys, drop a like, drop a sub, and I hope you all have a great day.